Howdy, I'm Matt, and in this episode we are going to be looking at the DUPU Explosionproof LiPo carry bag. Now while I'm getting this open, there are 3 reasons why you would be wanting, and I definitely feel that you should own LiPo safe bags. The first is the obvious one, which is for charging your batteries. The second one is storage. And the third one is for transportation. So with that out of the way, let's take a look to see what we get in our package. Now, I did check on Banggood a few moments ago, and these are retailing for a couple of dollars. I'm going to say about $12 to $14, because remember, prices change over time. Taking the first look at the LiPo safe bag, you'll see that first things first, this is a fair old size bag, and I need to get it all stretched out so we can have a proper look here together. That is you'd get your lunch in there. That is a really large size LiPo bag. In fact, that's bigger than the other sacks which I've personally owned as well. Now, the nice thing about this one is that it does come with a collection, and I mean this, a collection of separators so that you're able to separate 6 or more batteries, as the case may be, within your bag. So if I quickly just pop this in there, I'm only gonna get one side in just to make the point. There we go, is that you can now separate your batteries out within this bag, which I think is a very cool idea. I'm thinking about myself, I use a variety of different size batteries, so perhaps I can put the larger ones in one side, and then of course the smaller ones, so that's a 1300 3S, looking at that, I would be able to get several of those in there. And of course, with these just being Velcro, you can create your own organization, because you may be flying multi-rotors with indoor season coming up here in the UK very shortly. You might be flying a multi-rotor, maybe it's a smaller one, so you've got like a 700 mAh battery in there. So if you could have batteries for one model in here, batteries for the next model in there, and maybe a couple of cables in there, for example, too, and of course a larger maybe charge pack, and dare I say it, even your charger could fit in there as well, which is definitely happy days. And of course, when we get it all up, we can zip up our LiPo storage bag, and then we've got a really handy carry handle on there. And actually, out of all the other bags which I've got here at the moment, I actually quite like this one, and I feel a little bit sad because I'm going to be sticking rockets in it. Now, actually, that's a very serious point. I would like to say a massive thank you to Banggood for supporting us by sending these bags here for review, because I was speaking to the lovely lady over at Banggood, and I said, well, these say Explosionproof in the description. Well, that's kind of like a ball in a china shop to me, and we're going to be sticking fireworks in them and see if, because it says Explosionproof, so we're going to put, not only are we going to be stabbing LiPos and putting them in the bag and see if it contains it, but we're also going to take it to the extreme and literally put fireworks inside of these bags and see how they do. So like I said, big thank you to Banggood for supporting us with this video. However, the bag is good enough to have a separate review, is what hence why we're talking about it right now, because just look at the size of it. It is approximately 15 centimeters long by 16 or 17 centimeters wide, and as far as depth, if I turn that around, I'm going to say 15 centimeters deep as well. It is nicely sewn all around the edges as well. Obviously these bags do wear over time depending on how much use you've got. I've got to be honest with you, I might actually buy this one myself, because I'm not going to apologise for trying to blow it up, for number one, but on a serious point, I might actually get one of these for myself, because this would fit perfectly in my rucksack, and being able to separate them out, I actually quite like that. So, and they're not that dear at all. Anyway, let's just get on to the serious point, is that number one, you would normally charge, wherever my little baby charger is, normally for charging batteries that you would only keep one battery in the bag at a time and charge them with the leads hanging out the side. So if the battery was to ever go, it is then contained within the LiPo safe bag itself, okay? Don't ever put your charger inside the bag, and the reason for that, because most chargers like these, they have a fan and a vent, okay, because they create heat, and you don't want that going on with your LiPo bag. You should keep your batteries warm, but not toasty warm, if that makes any sense. Also, on a serious point, this bag would be perfect for the transportation and of course the storage of LiPos when they are being stored at home too. Now, I am going to share a story with you. It's a real life story. There's there's no making this one up. In the days before there was a unified standard for balance leads, is that one of my very good friends, he actually bought a balance lead adapter, went home and charged up one of his batteries by a certain brand, and it caught fire, set fire to his garage, and almost burnt down his house and his neighbour's house. It was literally a period of minutes, and it could have gone all very horribly wrong, and he lost the vast majority of his models. So on a very serious point, it doesn't matter if you choose the DPU LiPo safe bag like this one, which personally quite impressed by, okay, and like I said, I'll probably go on and get one of these myself now that I've got here and seen the size of it. I think 2 of these in my rucksack would be perfect. But coming back onto a serious point, these bags do make a difference, even if it's slowing down the inferno which is happening inside of here. Because do keep in the back of your mind, the plastic, if I can grab a bigger one, the plastic on these, it's literally just a layer of plastic. It only takes a pinprick to set these batteries off, and then it's just a downward spiral from there. If a bag like this saves you or keeps your fingers under control for a minute or so, literally where you grab it and throw it out the door, I think is a genuinely good idea. So there you go, that is the DPU multi-storage bag. Genuinely like it. I like the idea of the separators inside. Maybe you don't want any separators at all, but actually I think that's pretty good. And they've got, yeah, half decent material inside. I think realistically this bag would last a while. We have good stitching all the way round, and the zip seems half decent as well. So yeah, first impressions for this one, happy days. We're going to find out how it handles a rocket, maybe a blowtorch, could also be petrol, but in all seriousness, it doesn't matter what I do to this bag. If it slows down, imagine this huge, great big, what's that, an 8004S going off. One of these is bad enough. Imagine one of those, absolutely insane. So do take your LiPo storage safely, gents. That's the point which I'm trying to make. It doesn't matter whether you choose this bag or a smaller one or a larger LiPo safe bag. They are just really good common sense for us as RC pilots. So with that said, for myself, Matt, a big thank you to you for taking the time to join me here at the workbench to look at the DPU multiple storage LiPo bag. Like it. So with that said, for myself, Matt, cheerios!